Hi, this is Stan Bush.
Hi, this is Stephanie Calvert.
This is John Payne.
This is Jack Hughes.
Hey everyone, this is Britt Lightning from Vixen.
Hi, I'm Carrie Stevens.
Hello, I'm Kofi Baker.
And you're listening to Play That Rock and Roll.
I always think it's better if a band debuts with something that's respectable, but also something that they can build upon and, you know, grow and develop further into their discographies. And Molly Hatchet did that because their second album, which was called Flirtin with Disaster and released in 1979, that absolutely did build on their debut, and this is what would become their most successful record. Title track is obviously their biggest hit. That's the one song that I would say just about everybody knows. Although, at the time, it wasn't some world-conquering hit either. It landed outside of the Billboard Top 40. It was number 42 on the Billboard charts. Now, the album hit number 19, so this is successful. This is very good. And Flirtin with Disaster, the song, is unquestionably one of the quintessential Southern rock tracks of all time, not just the 70s. This is one of the best examples of Southern rock as a genre. And hey, do you want to hear the absolute best part of the song? Here, I'll play that real quick. Yes! That is the band's whole appeal right there. You can boil Molly Hatchet down all the way to that one little, you know, that shit is great. And if you don't like that, if you can't get into that little vocal thing, then I would say this band as a whole just isn't for you. And that's fine. But like, to me, even more than the Hell Yeah from their debut album, that little moment is the band in a nutshell. And it's a great nutshell. So no disrespect, I absolutely love that part of the song. It cracks me up every time. Now, the album cover on this one is the Frank Frazetta epic painting Dark Kingdom. This is definitely something I think you would recognize if you weren't familiar with it. Features a Viking warrior with an axe coming right towards you as he steps over some bones. It is metal, and it's a great visual for the band and their music. This record also includes a cover of It's All Over Now, which was previously made famous by the Rolling Stones, so you're starting to see them acknowledge their classic rock inspiration and influence beyond just the Southern bands. And like I was saying, this isn't a sophomore slump record. A common theme through lots of music history, all kinds of genres, is the notion of a sophomore slump, where the second album from a band, you know, comes out rushed or half-baked or whatever, and it doesn't live up to the debut. Not the case for Molly Hatchet. They improved upon their debut. And given that this was released in late 1978, they're at their commercial height and critical height. It really did seem that the prophecy was foretold, and they were truly poised to take over for Lynyrd Skynyrd as the premier Southern rock band. But, as we will discuss, unfortunately, that really did not happen. As the 70s became the 80s, it would become apparent that Molly Hatchet would not be the band to truly carry the flag for Southern rock into the next decade. I think the flag bearers for Southern rock in the 80s would be 38 Special and ZZ Top. Those were the two kings of the genre for that stretch, at least when it comes to commercial success and keeping Southern rock on the radio. Now, a big reason for why this was is because here at the height of their power, the height of their success, Danny Joe Brown leaves the band. Danny Joe Brown leaves the band officially due to health concerns, citing chronic diabetes and pancreatic problems. Now, unfortunately, Danny Joe Brown had health struggles his entire life, and he passed away fairly young. So his story is quite sad in that regard. But it wasn't just that he had health problems, or at the very least, those health problems were probably exasperated by lifestyle decisions. I mean, this guy had some serious drinking and drug habits at this time, and he was a pretty unstable guy. So it's not just that he's facing health issues, it's that he is drinking a ton and doing a lot of drugs, and when you're doing that stuff while under a great deal of pressure to be the flag bearers for an entire genre of music, there's going to be some inner band turmoil, there's going to be some band fights, and that was definitely going on. So in the years since all that, I've read interviews in which Dave Hubeck has said that Danny Joe officially left the band because of health concerns, but that was more or less a cover story for Danny Joe leaving the band because of interband conflicts that were brought on probably more than anything else because of how much Danny Joe was drinking and how much the rest of the guys in the band were drinking and also doing drugs. So Danny Joe would walk away from the band at the end of the 70s and attempt a solo career. The band would continue on without him. And Danny Joe Brown's departure would also mark the first major lineup change that many fans take issue with. There are Molly Hatchet fans that think that the first two records are the only good ones. Now, obviously, I don't agree with that. But this is the first major change in the lineup, and there's a lot of Molly Hatchet fans that don't think it's Molly Hatchet unless Danny Joe is in the lineup. So we will talk about when he comes back into the story after the break.